Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I am playing WorldBox again. You may be wondering, oh my god Cheeseman, you're uploading again, twice in a week. How is this possible? That's because I am going to attempt to make a video every single day for the next 25 days on the run up to Christmas. So you might be wondering what I'm doing today, and today I'm playing WorldBox, obviously. But what am I doing? As the title may suggest, I'm doing a US versus Soviet Union one. I've got two sides here, Moscow with the Soviet Union, as I just showed you, Washington with the US on the left. I've got it set to leaders. I've got Mikhail Gorbachev there as the Soviet Union leader, and Ronald Reagan as the US leader. I was originally going to do Trump, but thought that'd be quite controversial, so I've not done that. So, without further ado, I'm going to get into it, and just to tell you what I'm going to do, I'm going to give them 50 years to prepare for a war, and then I'm going to make them go to war and see who wins. So, that's what I'll be doing. So guys, we are 10 years. Just to clarify, every 10 years I'm going to give you a milestone, tell you where they're all at. So you might notice that from the 1,000 people they started with, the Russians are down to 996 and Washington's down to 999. There was a few bear attacks, and I've also paused it. So if we look at it, the US has 34 houses and 34... Was that much? Did they have 34 money as well? I think they did. So that's the US. They look pretty good, to be fair. They've got a few buildings, they've got 45 gold, and they make 4 per year. So that's not bad. 34 houses is pretty good. 74 food, 87 wood. They've got quite a lot of resources, to be fair, over with the Russians. They've only got 22 gold and 28 housing, but they have got more food, and I think they've got more wood as well. So, 10 years in, both doing fairly well. Neither of them have started cities or had babies yet. So we'll see. Let's jump ahead to 20 years into the save. Okay, we are 20 years in, and as you can see, both sides have set up new cities. New York has been formed, as has St. Petersburg. The US has a few more deaths. But as you can see, stone buildings, quite a lot of stone, 59 housing this time, so obviously still a lot of homeless people, a few dead as well, but yeah, there they are. They've got the beginnings of a building. Over to the Soviet Union, they've had a lot of deaths, to be fair. They've had quite a few, but I would actually say that they're doing better, because over the last decade they've got a lot of food. Not just food, sorry, a lot of stone buildings, and I would say that Moscow is probably more developed than the US. And as you can see, they've got a well as well, so they're doing pretty well. They did have, I think they had a few more people than that, but a bear killed a lot of people. Bears keep coming and killing people in Moscow. So without further ado, we'll jump over to 30 years into the save and see where the nations are at then. So we are a solid 30 years into the future, and not much has happened. Both sides have obviously developed a bit further. The US has a mine there now, and they have a well now too, only about 10 years after the Soviet Union. Yep, New York, New York has already died once. A bear killed them, and they've come back, while St. Petersburg is still there. But as you can see, the Soviet Union has a lot more stone buildings. Or not more stone buildings, but they have more developed stone buildings, certainly. But obviously the Soviet Union have had a lot more deaths, which is true. No babies yet. No babies have been born yet, which is a worry, because I'm thinking, hang on a minute, people are aging now. We're 30 years into the save. What if, by the time I make them fight each other, what if the people start to die of old age? That is a worry. I hope it doesn't come to that. But let's go into 40 years into the save and see where we are. So we are 40 years into the save, and I am still worried about them dying of old age before we get there. It's increasingly worrying, but as you can see, more deaths, but the housing is getting better. I think the Soviet Union might be the first to pop out with a castle, you know. I would not be surprised. They look in a very, very good position. The US, it's still very close. I could certainly not predict who wins. It could go either way, quite frankly. Um, yeah. So I think I'm gonna stop talking now, and we're gonna go straight to the 50 years and see where we are, and then I will make them fight each other, because that's what you've been watching for. Okay, we're at the 50 years, and we have a problem. Um, as I predicted, a few people have died of old age, but and no babies have been born. That's another problem. But the Soviet Union did form another city, Minsk. St. Petersburg and New York both got destroyed, by the way. Um, but they formed another city, and that city is Minsk. And babies are being born there. It is glorious. They're actually having children there. I think I found out that you can only have children if you have enough housing for them. But what I'm doing now is I'm basically narrowing all the pathway. I'm taking rid of the river because I want them to have a direct route where they fight each other, just so there's more action and they actually do fight each other, rather than maybe avoiding each other and not actually doing the fighting. So I'm just going to narrow it out and make it look good. Yes. Right, I'm going to rain on it now. Well, soon. It's really annoyingly misshapen. Yeah. Oh well, we'll just rain on it. Where's rain? There it is. Just want to make the grass grow quicker, to be honest. Yes, a lot of people have died. More people have died of old age than anything else. Right, okay. I've just made them go to war. Now they should be fighting each other. Or attempting to. Yep, they are definitely at war. I have just checked just now. I always. I was about to say, is Ronald Reagan still the president, or is he dead? No, I'm not in real life, obviously, in the game. Oh, there are soldiers running about, and there is fighting going on, I think. Oh, is that a bunch of people? Are they all going to run to Moscow? No, I was about to say, if that the US would definitely win if they were running to Moscow. There's only a few of them actually running to Moscow instead. How sad. That is a big Soviet army, to be fair, running across the land bridge. And they'll meet the US army. Oh, damn, the fighting begins. From this point, I think the Soviet Union might just win. They certainly are pushing forward a lot more, and they've got a few more troops. A lot of people just keep dying from old age. This has kind of been a fail, if I'm being honest. Even if someone does win, you know, this could easily end in a stalemate and keep going on for decades, and I'll have to keep editing this video more than I wanted to. Yeah, more people have died of old. Oh yeah, and Ronald Reagan is no longer the president. He's dead. Jesus. Yeah, this is going to be a fail. If I ever do this again, I may make a better version in the future. I certainly will not be going 50 years because they can die of old age. Or I should have switched old age off so they can never die of old age. But I didn't, and they have. Where are we at now? It looks like a lot of. It's still a stalemate. It could go either way, really. The US is moving a lot of soldiers forward. A lot of people dying of old age. Both sides are very rich now. It seems that starting with 1,000 people in WorldBox just does not work. So if we learn anything from this video, it's do not put 1,000 people in a civilization in WorldBox, because it simply does not work. They can't make babies. They all die of old age anyway. It's best. I think 20 is the magic number when starting a civilization in WorldBox, because they have babies pretty quickly and they're not too incestuous. Oh, big Soviet Union push here. Yeah, mind you, that's a sort of sturdy American defense. And yet still more people have died of old age from rather than the war. Oh, and there's a bear on the front lines as well. Isn't that fantastic? The US has a lot of resources, mind you. And they have statues. What's that? I haven't noticed them building statues. To be fair though, this is probably the furthest I've gone in a game. I don't think I've gone 50 years into the future. In any game, I kind of lose interest halfway through, get to about 30 and then restart. $139, a lot of people just dying of old age. But I like the statues. You know, maybe one day I'll go further. Look at all the people dying. I'm presuming they're dying of old age because the numbers are going down so quickly. But mind you, it could be war. They could be surprising me. Minsk is pretty poor though. 866 deaths. Oh my god, they can actually house all the people now. Because so many people have just died. Which means theoretically, the US can. Both sides will probably be able to produce babies now. They can fight longer. Oh! The US has gone green. Unlike in real life, the Soviet Union wins. Damn. Well, guys, we've got our winner. The question has been answered. Who would win in WorldBox? The Soviet Union or America? The answer is the Soviet Union. Admittedly, there was pretty poor execution, but nonetheless, the Soviets win. So, yeah. So guys, that is the end of the video. I hope you found that at least watchable. I realise now that it was pretty rushed, but because I kind of had a thought of why not make another video? I mean, why not make a video every day of December? So I've done that. I've gone out the way to produce content for you. Are you proud of me? Yeah, but I will leave you with this end card of me bombing the world that I just did. And I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.